I sought the Lord, and He answered me and delivered me from every fear. And those who look.
If that doesn't work, later on in that same passage, God says to them in verse 17, He says, "But you dress yourself for work, and arise to say to them everything I commanded you. Do not be terrified by them, lest I terrify you before them." I love that verse. He said, if you're going to be afraid of them, He goes, I'll give you something to be afraid of. Okay? So at that point, He doesn't really have a choice. And He just says, Jeremiah, you just go, because I made you for this. I'm going to give you the words to say this, and there's no backing down. Don't be afraid of them. And then at the end, in verse 18, He says, behold, I make you this day a fortified city, an iron pillar, bronze walls against the whole land, against the kings of Judah, its officials, its priests, and the people of the land. They'll fight against you, but they shall not prevail against you, for I am with you, declares the Lord, to deliver you. He says to Jeremiah, everyone's going to be against you, but don't worry about it. He says, look, the kings are going to hate you. It's the authorities, the kings of Judah, its officials, its priests. He goes, the city officials, they'll all be against you. The priests, the other religious leaders, all the other pastors, they'll be against you. And then he goes, and the people, just in case I left anyone out. They're all going to be against you. He goes, but don't be afraid, because I'm with you. And I always look at that pastor and go, God, could I do that? Could I do that? Could you really drop me in a city where everyone was against me? And I'd go ahead. My God's with me. To have this God and I mentality, to stand alone and say, you know what? The Lord's with me. He made me for this. He has filled me with His Spirit to accomplish this. And so you can all be against me, because my God is with me. To have that type of security and assurance. Man, are there times when I think, what in the world have I just done? I just walked away from something that was very beautiful that God did. And am I sure He's going to come through again? Man, some of those thoughts come through my mind, like, what did you just do? What are you stepping into? But there's something about that. I didn't have peace when I was too comfortable. You know, as believers, we feel more peace when we're in danger. Haven't there been those times when you've been scared and you just go, but I sensed God? Those times, whether it was overseas or wherever, you just walked out, and as terrified as you were, you sensed the presence of God, and you just felt this peace that you don't feel in comfort.